everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm finally having enough time that I can join in with a cooking with friends type of video. My video is going to be posted late, so whomever stops by and take the time to watch, I welcome you to my channel, and I appreciate you visiting and checking out this video. This is a recipe that I am tweaking. I picked it up at my local Whole Foods during the winter season. I was going to do this recipe in another one of our collabs, but I did not have enough time with my schedule to be able to fulfill doing so. So here we are. They have it, they're calling it the cranberry raspberry galate, if I'm saying that right, or galati. The recipe calls for frozen cranberries, frozen raspberry, tapioca flour, a zest of a lemon, granulated sugar, kosher salt, chilled pie crust dough, shelled pistachios, salted butter, heavy cream, and a turbinado sugar. And those are the ingredients. It is a 30-minute prep and a 20-minute prep, excuse me, and a 30 to 35 minute bake time. This is, to me, a simplistic recipe. Obviously, if you're not into pistachios, it will adjust and alter the flavor, obviously, but you could go with cashews, you could go with pecans, you could go with crushed walnuts. So that's what I'll be doing. I have some dark sweet cherries that I'll be mixing into this a little bit, so I'm going to be using lesser than the proposed amount of the raspberries. And then I have blueberries. So I'm moving things around. I'm also using what I have, you guys. So I have Meyer lemons and not a regular lemon. So I'm going to be going with that. I have two different pie crust options. So once I go ahead and get it all in the bowl and blend it up, which you will see, then I'll determine which direction I'm going to go in as far as the pie crust. It's calling for heavy cream. We're going to go old school and use a whole milk. Whole milk with melted butter and whisk. Add a little bit of vanilla extract, and you can still create your own whipped cream or adding some sugar to thicken it up, or a little bit of cornstarch. I'll determine that as I get through this. So again, this collaboration is with Alex, Life of a City Girl, because I didn't mention that. Miss K over at the Purple Wall, and then there's another young lady. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name. My apologies, but her channel, her name, and the video link will be in the description box below. So I'm going to clip off here. We'll come back once everything is in the bowl and I'm moving on to the next steps. All right, in the bowl, I'm fixing to mix together the zest of a lemon. I have 2/3 cup of regular granulated sugar right there, and then I have 1/3 cup of the monk fruit sweetener, which in any form of cooking or baking, it's 1 part each of whatever it is that you're substituting, whichever sugars you're substituting. I have the 1/4 teaspoon of salt in here. I've also mixed in, let's see, 1/4 cup of cranberries, 1 cup of cherries, and 1.5 cup of blueberries. So it calls for using the whole entire bag of the cranberries and raspberries, but I kind of, again, adjusted it and made my own modifications. And let's see, I have 2 tablespoons of, not 2 tablespoons. Yes, it's 2 tablespoons of the tapioca flour. So I'm going to get everything blended, mixed really well, because that is the directions for me to follow. And also, it's time for me to preheat the oven at 400 degrees. So I'll be right back. This is the part in the recipe where you would then take your crumbled nuts and put them at the bottom. So you would kind of put it at the bottom with a little bit of the melted butter. However, my ride to Publix hasn't gotten here yet, and I want to get this video in the baking going. So we're going to omit that, but just know whatever nut, the recipe is calling for pistachio, but you can use whatever you like that tastes well with whatever fruit you decide to use. You would then sprinkle it at the bottom and then put your fruit on top. I have the fruit here incorporated and mixed really well, and so we're going to get ready to pour it in on top of this pie dough. Okay guys, fingers crossed that I have enough and that I didn't go too skimpish and should have just did what they told me to do as far as using the whole bag, but I almost wanted it a little crepe like and a little thin. I didn't want it too packed. This is my first go round, and I find with baking that I always go at it the first time closer to how the recipe is, and then as I bake it again and again, I continue to modify it until I get it right to how I would want it, and that's when I write it down. So I'm remembering everything that I'm doing. I definitely would have wanted the pistachios, and if it wasn't for time constraints and wanting to get the video up today, which is Tuesday, February the 18th, I would have held off and waited until I went to Publix later this evening and had it a part of this dish, but that's okay. I'll redo this again. I'm telling you that right now because that's just how I am, but we're going to move on. So now that we have the fruit layered on top of the pie crust, I did spray the bottom of this pan with a little bit of avocado spray because I don't have parchment paper. I'm doing the Kim Watts right now. I am improvising and I'm working with what the heck I got. Which I had 99% of everything. It's just the pistachios and the heavy cream. Anyways, it then goes on to tell you to put the top on. The directions get really shaky from here. It says, leaving a 2-inch border around the edge, arrange the fruit over the pistachios, dot with some butter, fold border over the fruit, pleating as you go, and brush the crust with cream and sprinkle it with the turbinino sugar. So I'm fixing to get the top on to this blend, get some butter, some of this, I'm sorry you guys, salted butter, melt it down a little bit, and then follow directions like so. Alright, party people, we have the melted butter. So what the heck did them directions tell me to do? It said, let's see. Jesus. Alright, that's right. We don't have pistachios, but we have the fruit. So it was to arrange the fruit over the pistachios and then dot with butter. So we're going to drizzle. We're going to drizzle. Yeah, man. Just with the melted butter, folks. That's what we're doing. I don't know if they were meant for me to go this far, but yeah, man. Okay, I have the top on. And BTW, I know somebody out there like, what the hell? Why she's using her chef pan? Because she went to the store and totally forgot a pie dish. I don't normally do pies. I do cakes, sheet cakes, and layered cakes, and cupcakes, and things like that. So I do know how to bake very well from scratch, but I don't fool around with pies. But I know how to make cheesecakes and stuff like that. So this is my first time, and when I was rushing, I forgot the pie dish. So yeah, man. So that's pretty much, you know, we're gonna just pilt on. That's the oven letting us know it's reached that 400 degree temp. This is gonna be more like a cobbler, wouldn't you say? And I'm all right with that. So I'm just pretty much doing that around the edge. And then I'm going to get that same, because I used to have this turbinino sugar. I like it more than coconut sugar. But, yeah. But anyways, 2 tablespoons, and you're to put it on the top of the pie crust. Now they're saying brush the crust with cream. Okay. Okay, man. But that's pretty much what I'm doing, just in case you guys want some footage of me doing my own thing. I'm doing my own thing. I guarantee you, I promise you, I'm going to do this recipe over. It won't be recorded, but I will do it over, and I'll post the results on Instagram because I want the pistachio nuts and I want a pie crust. Yes, I do. Be right back. Alright, so over here we have a little bit of vanilla extract. Recipe didn't call for that, but I decided to put just a nib in there. And then I have, let's see, 1/3 cup of whole milk from that guy, Fairlife, yeah man. And then we have some melted butter, salted butter from Trader Joe's. So I'm going to pour that in there. Then I'm going to get my KitchenAid blender out, and then I'm going to blend it up to thicken it up some. Now, if it doesn't thicken up the way I would like, because I use that tapioca flour in the blend with the fruit, then I'll just reuse it, though I have other types of flour just for consistency and not shaking things up too far. So I'm fixing to get my blender out, clean my blades, and whip this up. Put the cream on top. It's really just saying like a drizzle of it, and then get this bad boy in the oven. Alright, party people, I'm back. So I have this substitute. So because I didn't have heavy cream on hand, I had it, and then, you know, it expired and I had to toss it out the other day. So anyways, there are multiple different versions of heavy cream substitutions that you can make. I use the one with using, hello here, some unfiltered whole milk. I put a little bit of vanilla extract in it and melted butter. And so you're supposed to brush this, yeah man, this cream supposedly over the pie crust. Oh, that angle is terrible. Y'all give me a pass. Y'all give me a pass. Just say, you know what, she loves her YouTube friends and she did not want to let them down. And, you know, she was trying to come in and do this. Because if I had my head screwed on right today, I'm running on about 3 hours worth of sleep, B2W. I've had a long, busy day. But I still wanted to try to keep my word. So y'all give me a pass because I know better than this. I could have just used the whole pie shell from the other Trader Joe's thing. Put this one on the top and then cut around. But you know, it's about what, 7 o'clock p.m. I want to say this is, and I am just determined to do this one. So yeah, had I not been rushing, thinking a little bit better, I wouldn't have forgotten 2 of the ingredients at the store, and then I would have known to just put the fruit and the other pie thing and then use this one of these as a topper. But we just gonna just move it right along. Now I'm gonna pop this bad boy in the oven. The recipe says 400 degrees. We've preheated it. It's ready, and it is to bake for 30 to 35 minutes, and then I'm supposed to let this cool for 20 minutes before cutting into it. I can guarantee you I'm gonna do this one over because I want to see how it would be with patience and with having all of the components, because I'm really sore about not having those pistachio nuts. Be right back. There Jamie goes, just walking down the street. Yeah, it's baking, guys. So we're gonna close this bad boy up, and I'm gonna set my timer, and then I'm doing 390. What you guys say? Maybe I should just do the 400 like it told me to. I don't know. Someone's being very hard-headed today. So I have my timer set for 36 minutes, and it's counting down. So I'm going to use that time to clean up the remainder of my mess and get the other beater off the floor. I swear to God, with me today. But I just love Alex and Miss K them, and I'm really going to do what the hell I promised them I was going to do. So when we come back, we'll see the little rested guy, and I'll cut into it. And yeah, y'all just leave me alone and just let me be. I'm sorry. Bye. So this is the, I'm going to say cobbler, outside of the oven. I just pulled it out. I have it sitting on a silicone trivet. I'm going to let it cool down for the 20 minutes, if not a little bit more, that the recipe is calling for. And then I'll slice it up and I'll serve it with some Rebel ice cream, keto ice cream that I have. But I think it looks just fantastic, and the bubbling of the fruit along the edges, nice. I can just smell all the fruits, a little bit of the zest of the lemon, which was very fragrant when I was mixing it up in the bowl. I think this is really awesome. Again, I'm going to revisit this recipe because I really want to use some organic heavy cream, and I want those pistachios added, and to remember to get my pie crust, buy a pie crust plate. But I thank you for watching this video. I'm going to try to edit it and piece it together to the best of my little ability for tonight, so it can go up, because it's like almost 8 p.m. Eastern time. But I enjoyed doing this. I was a little irritable before getting started, not because of the challenge, but just the fullness of the day. And this just really lightened up my spirit and my energy, and it allowed me to direct my attention to something else that was more positive. And I think this is going to be a very nice evening dessert. I mean, you can have it whenever, but I mean, as far as this evening, I think it's going to be a very nice dessert. Give the video a thumb up, consider subscribing, and definitely go check out the other ladies' videos. And if you're coming from their channels, I thank you for visiting. Have a blessed day, everybody. Peace.